Hey folks, good Monday morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now we're starting right out. We're going to start right out with an interview with Congressman Doug Collins. So we have to get the congressman in here. So good morning from the office. I'm your host BKP Monday morning, and many of you last night watched Congressman Doug Collins on Mark Levin. So we're just going to go to our show card. Do not go anywhere. We're not going to commercial. We're just going to go plug the congressman into a quick audio test. We'll be back about 15 seconds. Okay, folks, we're back, and joining us now, first thing Monday morning, the House Judiciary Ranking Member, 9th Congressional District in Georgia, Congressman Doug Collins. Welcome this Monday morning to the show, sir.
Good morning, Brian. It's good to be with you.
All right, so it's going to be a hard act to follow, but I'm going to try. I watched, we call him the great one. I watched the great one, Mark Levin, last night in your interview. Just let me start by saying it was very informative. All due respect, sir, it was one of the few times I've actually had an opportunity to see you in a good 1 hour setting in a one-on-one. You slowed down just a little bit, so I'm not saying that disrespectfully. Okay.
No, it's good.
Let's follow up. I want to follow up some things on that interview, Congressman, and jump right in here to witnesses. Mark Levin discussed with you witnesses this week, and the lack of witnesses that you were not able to call, the Republicans in the House. But I want to get to one particular possible witness that the Democrats are talking about in the Senate. In the House, as the Judiciary Committee was closing up on the articles of impeachment, the Parnas information was already out in the public, was it not? At that time, did you?
Well, there was some, Brian. It was, we knew the Parnas information was starting to be floating around. You saw, a few pictures here and there. You saw some stuff. But what actually transpired over the next few weeks is that in the process, he began to, I guess in his determination, he wanted to share with the House Intelligence Committee. I don't know when those conversations began, but we do know that about a little over a week ago now, a lot of things were turned over to the House Intel Committee. As I explained last night, what happened is that happened on a Friday, as best I remember correct, and that they had it through the weekend into the first week before. The day before last Wednesday, we were supposed to go to the floor and actually put the articles of impeachment to a vote to send to the Senate, was when Adam Schiff did this, quote, formal transfer of the documents to the Judiciary Committee. So they had been out there for a few days, which also told me is we had to go through them, and there's still, still more to come. But it also, is they have had a bad habit of leaking, which they've done the entire time. We didn't see anything coming out. So again, it's as I explained last night, this is the shiny object that I want everybody to focus on to make up for the very bad case that they have right now. So it was not that surprising.
Well, Congressman, I guess where I was going with that is the House had an opportunity. Now, obviously, Senator Chuck Schumer, minority leader over in the Senate, is standing at the podium trying to lead the American people to believe that this is a sham if they don't get witnesses. But witnesses or presumed witnesses like possible John Bolton and Parnas. I mean, this could have been done in the House. They could have called John Bolton in the House. Could they not have?
They could have. They could have actually had a real investigation if they'd wanted to, Brian. That's the most amazing thing about this. We pretend as if they were limited in some way. They pretend as if they didn't have the powers to subpoena people. They pretend as if that the president would never. The classic line that I hear from them all the time, Brian, is, well, he just obstructed us at every point. He wouldn't allow people to testify, wouldn't allow, this to go forward. but yet they never challenged it through the means that you have available to you, which is the courts, which has been done in every administration before now, or a negotiated process that you work with the administration to get documents and get things that you need. This was never done because they had a Christmas deadline. They just could not, bring themselves to go to something that may delay them. And the reason, if you want a classic example of why I say this and why it is true, Mr. Kupperman was subpoenaed. He went to the courts and said, look, I'm torn between two masters. In essence, he said, I work for the president. They claim privilege. The Congress has subpoenaed me. What do I do? Bolton actually jumped onto that lawsuit. And it was also, if you remember, the one that Mulvaney actually threatened to jump on as well. But when it began to get in more like they were going to have to actually litigate this, the House Intel Committee withdrew the subpoena and withdrew from the court case. So they had every opportunity to do this. They just chose not to. So for them to say that they want a real investigation, my question is, you had every opportunity to do a real investigation. You simply chose to short circuit for political purposes.
Do you believe, now I'm of the theory that Democrats really in the Senate don't want witnesses. They just think if they can yell loud enough, they can lead the American people to think that the Republicans are shutting them down from getting witnesses. But there's a side of me that believes that if the Democrats would get witnesses as they yell they want, that it may backfire. Do you think they really want witnesses? And if they get witnesses, what witnesses do you think the Republicans would call?
That's a great question, Brian. I think they really want witnesses. Yeah, some of them do. I'll say some of them do. They're of the opinion, and remember, there is precedent. The Clinton impeachment did have a few witnesses. Then they did some depositions in that, so there is some precedent value to that. But the interesting issue is that they actually had a criminal case. I mean, the president lied under oath. I mean, this was not what we have now, the political impeachment. But I believe for your listeners who are politically in tune, I think what you got to understand here is they do not want the witnesses as much as they want the vote by Republicans to call a witness or not. This is political, and I said it last night. I've said it hundreds of times over the last 3 months, 4 months. This is a political impeachment. They want the votes where Susan Collins, Cory Gardner, Murkowski, or anybody else has to take the vote and say, do you want this witness or not? And they're going to use that vote as saying, see, they were covering up, they were just hiding for the president if they voted no. My question is, though, is if you're going to call a John Bolton, then let's call Adam Schiff. Adam Schiff is a fact witness. Adam Schiff and his staff had contact with the whistleblower during the what I call the dark period, from the 18 days from the call to the actual IC investigation began, and then we don't know if they had contact after that or what kind of contact they had after that. So you got the whistleblower themselves. The whistleblower could be called. I mean, Hunter Biden. There's a lot of things here that could be called. So I think Schumer's trying to, what I'll say, split the line pretty well to get the political votes he wants without having to, go into what would be actually more damaging to them politically.
Going back to the Robert Mueller testifying that day, and how that just, that fell short. Democrats fell short with that. They've fallen short with everything. Michael Avenatti, we don't have time on this interview to go over every single thing since the president's inauguration day of what they have fallen short in their investigations. Do you feel once the American people hear this presentation by Adam Schiff and the seven, how do you think this is going to resonate with America, and will it fall short again after this trial?
Yes, I believe it will fall short. Let me just walk you through what will happen. There's going to be a couple of days. Tuesday, probably Wednesday more than likely. Wednesday, Thursday will be the best days for the Democrats. This will be their best days. Everybody just needs to understand it, because they're going to be able to talk for 2 days almost, and it'll be everything wrong, everything bad, the sky is falling, the president's a crook, the president did this, the president pressured, for 2 straight days. And, the temptation by the media will be to declare this is over, he should be found guilty. I mean, they'll run wall to wall, wall to wall, wall to wall. But then, as in every good case, the president's team, who we have been working with and I've been talking to a great deal, still are, they will get to present their case. Then this is when the American people will see in long form the problems that are laid out, the problems in this case, the fact that, still nothing to this day happens, no matter what has been brought out, even from the left Parna stuff that we've seen so far to, all of the stuff that we saw during the witnesses and documents, is that there's some things that never change. One, that the call happened. We have the transcript and there was no pressure. Both Zelensky and the president indicated there's no pressure. There was no conditionality of anything on the call. There's nothing that could say this is what you have to do. By the way, the Ukrainians didn't even know that the aid was being held at the time of the call, and did not even know until late in the process, right before the aid was released, that there was even a hold on it. So it's sort of hard to hold conditionality over something you didn't know was even happening. And then at the end of the day, they didn't do anything to get the money, and they actually did have their meetings. But it's interesting that those facts never changed, and they presented nothing to change those basic facts. If you say the president abused his power to pressure a foreign leader for personal gain, then you got to, at some point, have a victim. There is no victim here.
Well, Congressman, I think one of the quotes that I hear the most that probably upsets me, I understand the articles, is this is a matter of national security. That just sends me through the roof every time I hear this is a matter of national security, when the recent when we got just recently killed Soleimani, I think his name is, and we see all these young people, and again, thank you for your service as a chaplain, and you have served tours of duty, and to see these young people that we know this guy has trained, this terrorist group that have are kill their own kids. Let me just quit stuttering through it, and then to hear them say that the Ukrainian phone call and the money is a matter of national security. Personally, just bugs me to hear that. Nicest way I can.
Well, it's not. It's also like there's a crime. They use their terms like, we've got to do this so fast because it's the crime in progress. We got to do this because time is of the essence. We heard all these kind of, and yet then after they took their quote conscience vote about impeaching the president, the speaker held it for almost a month in political limbo. I mean, to me, she did a disservice to any of her members who may have actually thought they were voting, on conscience to impeach the president, but she made it a political document the minute she held it to quote gain leverage in the Senate, a place where she had no leverage to gain for anyway. So it is when you call national security, I mean, I think the Democrats did more harm to our national security when you had members like Steve Cohen from Memphis, Tennessee, who said that Zelensky was acting more like a battered wife. I mean, I've never in my adult life ever heard members of Congress denigrate and tear down a foreign leader like we heard in those hearings, and it's a shame.
All right, Congressman, I got three, and we've only got a couple minutes. One, how long do you think the trial will last over in the Senate?
Some of it depends on the witness list, but I will say 2-3 weeks.
2-3 weeks.
And that's not consistent. I don't think that'll be consistently every day on the floor. They may do some depositions, they may do some stuff, but I think over the next little bit.
All right, in the House Judiciary, what do you suspect is in the committee is next? Because as soon as this trial is over, it's not going to be like, okay, we're done. Trump is finally exonerated with everything. What do you think is coming next in an investigation down your road in your committee?
I think investigations from our committee, maybe emoluments. They still have never, satisfied themselves that the president's not, business interests are not entangled here. But also they're really struggling right now. They have no idea what they're going to do. So I think the Judiciary Committee is going to be pretty dead for a little bit.
All right. Last but not least, we're through the holidays now. We understand everything was very busy with the impeachment and not over trial. But we're wanting to know and interested to find out if you're any closer in making a decision, if you plan to run for Senate or stay in the position of representative of the 9th District. Have you gotten any closer to that decision, sir?
Yeah, well, we have gotten closer, and as I promised everyone that as we got through the impeachment process, and really this is the first week, it's the ending of the first week, and I've still got some work to do that I have promised the president, talking with him regularly as I do, that I will make sure that he has the best case going forward, and still working with them. And we're finishing that up. So yes, we've been working on a decision. I promise I will make that decision in a relatively short time. But I will say this, Brian, I appreciate we have gotten a tremendous support from all over the state of Georgia, really all over the country. But the state of Georgia is what matters to me the most, and it's from the coast and to Southwest Georgia and everywhere else have been encouraging us. We've heard those voices, and we'll be putting those together and making our decision very soon.
All right, so you've not closed. You haven't closed.
No, I have not. No,
that you haven't.
No, I have not closed out.
Well, I guess I got to try one more. What are we looking at? 2-3 weeks? I'm sorry.
No, I don't. We're not looking at a long time here. I'll just say that everybody just be ready, and and we'll have the decision. And I look forward to continuing, this process and serving the people of the state of Georgia. My first and foremost focus, as I said before, was helping with this president and making sure, as I even shared with him. Recently we talked about getting the impeachment, and we're working that through. We're almost finished with that. The show trial in the Senate will be over soon, but we're working through our decision now, because I've been able to now focus back on the things that I promised people I would.
Well, it's not an endorsement. I always want to be clear, sir. It's not an endorsement. But there is a lot of people talking about it, as you well know, and especially in the 9th District. So I think you know very well that people are talking about it, and you do have a lot of support. I got to be candid. There's some recent polling and things like that. You have a lot of support. So we know today that you have not closed that off, and that decision's coming soon.
Yeah, no, we're nowhere close to closing it off, and I appreciate it.
Thank you, Congressman. You have a great day. We always thank you for being on the show.
Thanks much. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to take a brief break. He hasn't closed it off. We tried to push for the 2 or 3 weeks. Is it 2 or 3 weeks? Sounds like it may be sooner. Sounds like it may be sometime this week. A little closer, but the congressman has not closed the door for running for Senate right here, and you heard it here. I want to break down his Mark Levin interview last night, which was amazing, okay? I want to break that down, and I also want to break down some of the things the congressman said this morning, and obviously give you some of my opinion. So we're going to take a brief break, and we're going to come back and get the show wound up with what I think. There you go. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP, and we are North Georgia's only live online morning show. And I tell you what, I had to follow, I had to follow the great one, Mark Levin, the great one, last night, a 1-hour interview with Congressman Doug Collins. And I tell you what, that was good TV. And what I mean is, Mark Levin, the great one, I don't even try on this show, folks. I don't try to replicate the brain, constitutional scholar that this guy is. I do not even try it, okay? But last night, the congressman, there were some takeaways. Doug Collins, there's my number on the bottom of the screen Monday morning. It is 2020. We need to have our FYN 2020 party, right? The first one of the year. It's 2020. January 20th, 2020. Anyhow, where was I at? Good morning. Now, baby, it's cold outside. It's cold as a blank. I always feel like, what's the guy's name? Was it Gene Shalit had the match game? For all you kids out there that don't understand, I know I went generational. Look it up. It's match game. It's so it's cold as a blank. And, all right, moving right along. All right, so let's start right out with a question that I received, okay? And I want to answer this because I want to get into the congressman's interview. Now, many in Georgia, so if you're out there nationally, stay with me because we will talk about some other things. First of all, I don't want to bring it in as an afterthought, but you guys out there know me that all of a sudden I could change the subject. Number 6, put that on the screen. MLK Day, okay? MLK Day today. So before you head out, most of your courthouses, your government buildings, anything that has to do, maybe banks, I guess banks and post office, I don't know. But call before you head out and make the trip to make sure they're open because a lot of them are closed today. And that being said, MLK, and isn't it disgusting when MSNBC brings this out to talk about MLK number 23? Didn't that make your day? Oh, that's so disgusting. Okay, get back to, let's keep MLK Day up while I make a couple quick comments. You have asked, here's the question, and I'm going to tell you this right now, okay? I'm going to tell you my opinion, all right? Don't you think Doug Collins, the congressman, would be far more effective as Speaker of the House than as another senator? Great question, because I wanted to talk about that. Then another senator. As Speaker of the House, he could finally get all of the bills on the floor and votes taken, and then down the road could eventually run for president if he wanted to. Wow. Big question, a lot to unpack there, as I say. Go ahead and take that down, and let's go with, let's go ahead and put the congressman's picture up, if you could, while we're talking about him. Now, Congressman Doug Collins, all right, we asked him if he is planning to run, for Senate. And your question is, wouldn't he be more effective as Speaker of the House? Now, let me say this, all right? I don't want to say not a fan. I'm going to be nice today, okay? Why not? I would not want to go from Republican. Keep this in mind. We'll go all the way in the Wayback Machine from Dennis Hassard, for those that don't remember. And then, then we got John Boehner. Remember the 2010 revolution? John Boehner, right? And then we went to Paul Ryan, okay? I would not want to go to Kevin McCarthy. I think the next Speaker of the House for the Republicans, I do think we're going to take back the House, but I think the next Speaker of the House will be Kevin McCarthy. Now, that being said, it would be really hard, although I know you just cringed out there, but it would be really hard for the President of the United States to jump Collins over Kevin McCarthy, the House Republican leadership right now. It would be hard because, like him or not, many of us feel McCarthy's not the conservative we would like to lead the House. Many of us feel he's not the conservative that would bring votes to the floor that we've long awaited for. We understand that. But as far as Kevin McCarthy's support of the president as the House Republican leadership and his continued defense of the president as the Republican House leadership, it would be hard for President Donald Trump to reach in and elevate Doug to Speaker of the House. And you may say, well, the president does not do that. They put their name in the hat, and just the way I'm saying it, real simple. And then they say, hey, I want to be recognized for Speaker, and there's a vote, and so forth. The president does not actually pick the Speaker of the House. But if Collins jumps over the line, if he cuts in line, I know you don't like that for Republicans. I know what you're hearing out there for Republicans. We can't stand next in line. We can't stand it. That's what happened after Mitt Romney. That is exactly how Donald Trump became president of the United States in so many different ways. To define it this morning was we were tired of next in line. But I'm going to say Kevin McCarthy, it's hard pressed. he gets jumped over. Now, Kelly Loeffler just released a campaign video. And as I said, I want to be clear, I'm not endorsing the congressman. My job here is to connect the congressman. He goes on Sean Hannity, okay? He goes Mark Levin, Rush, whatever. He's on Fox News, whatever, Fox Business. He comes on this show. My job is to directly keep him connected to the 9th District any way I can, not endorse him. That's why, hey, people have been upset because I've brought other politicians on this show or elected officials on this show, but my job is to keep them connected to you, the voter, okay? That being said, if he runs for Senate, the current senator, Kelly Loeffler, just put out a video that said, it's time to get to work. Okay, no disrespect to the senator, but this guy has been working, all right? Working. So I'm going to leave it here is if Doug runs, okay, keep this in mind, we can have, and before you yell omnibus spending bill, let me throw that back at you, all right? You cannot put the entire spending of this country on that man's shoulders. But he voted yes, and he voted yet. I got it, all right? I am thoroughly not pleased with Congress, and we need to understand Congress equals Senate and House. I am thoroughly not pleased with Congress as on a whole, and that includes Republicans where it comes to our debt and what has happened. But don't place the debt, the spending, and the budgets solely on his shoulders, okay? Don't. He positioned himself to be in a place to defend the president since the day he was inaugurated. He's believed in the president since the day he's inaugurated, and he has done the job that we have asked him to do. Now, last but not least, in the 9th District, if he chooses to run for Senate, then conservatives, for those of out there that's worried nationally, saying, oh, I hope he doesn't run for Senate and we lose a member of Congress. You don't have to worry about that here because the 9th District is the 3rd most Republican district in the United States, period, okay? So we are, I hate to say guaranteed, we got to be careful, but we are guaranteed that we will send a Republican back to the House if he chooses to run. And another thing we're guaranteed, we are going to have an awesome field of candidates in the 9th District, and you, the 9th District, can guarantee that you send a conservative Republican to Washington, D.C. To represent you, and he could go on to win the Senate seat in Georgia. I think once, this is the biggest statement I'm going to make, I think once Kelly Loeffler is forced out of the comfort zone, it all unravels. It's 100% being managed. She may be a very nice lady. We have invited her on the show, but I think the day she comes out of the comfort zone, it will begin to unravel. Kelly Loeffler's Senate seat is one of the most managed seats in the United States, hands down. All right, that's my opinion. We'll take a brief break. We're going to come back. We have a Second Amendment rally in Virginia we want to watch. I want to tell you why I do not think Democrats want witnesses myself. And we got a lot to go over. Oh, discrediting a lawyer. That's never happened. Take a break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV during the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, 1 nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
Hey, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Let me tell you a couple of things we got going on. As you know, we built Studio B over the holidays, and one of the things we did there is so I can continue throughout the day at multiple times without always having to have a producer present to do interviews. We will start this week getting everything together because there's Blue Ridge City Council. For those of you, we'll get back into national news in a minute. There's Blue Ridge City Council. A gentleman by the name of Mike Painter has qualified. A young man, I call him young man. I got to be careful with that because that's not fair to these candidates. But if they're younger than me, they're younger than me. Okay, nice guy. I'll go with nice guy. Oh no, you shouldn't identify anybody. You should just stay neutral. Okay, anyhow. Brian Higgins, I think his name is. Don't want to get it wrong. Is running. And then former council member Angie Arp is running to, and that's a special election in Blue Ridge to get special election in Blue Ridge to fill the vacancy that was held by Ken Gaddis as he resigned because he moved out of the city, is my understanding, and no longer could serve inside the city. Now, Thursday night, I'm pretty sure, but you can follow us on our social media. Put that back up because I just want people to know where they can go. The FYNTV.com will be broadcasting, not commentary, nothing at all, just a clear broadcast of the Lumpkin County State of the County address Thursday night, where county officials and city officials in Lumpkin County will address the public on the state of the Lumpkin County and the cities. We will bring that live on FYNTV.com. We have sheriff candidates in Towns County we got to talk to. We have commission, and we have a commission race down in Pickens that will be interesting. Chris Stansel and Rob Jones and David Schaus. He has yet to declare as a Republican. I smell independent. I smell him running as an independent, but we'll go over that. We got that one. We got the 14th district over here, Marjorie Green and several others to take the place and want to take the place of Tom Graves. Man, do we have a lot going on. The 9th district, I'm going to tell you, this week, and I that is why Congressman Collins has to move the decision along. Because if somebody's going to run in the 9th district, they have to declare now. Do you realize people have declared for the 14th, the 7th, the 6th, all over? It's showtime. I mean, so it's not 2-3 weeks. It's a week away. And so if Congressman Collins runs for Senate, then we're going to have several come out immediately in the 9th district interested in that space. The 8th district up there, the state, let's go into the state for just a second. You have Matthew Gertler, who has served 2 terms, running against Stan Gunter, former Superior Court judge, I think, in that area, and also former in Union County, former district attorney Stan Gunter. And some people are a little upset over the resolution that they call him Mr. No, Matt Gutler in Atlanta, they call him Mr. No, and he voted no on a resolution just showing support for the President of the United States, killing Soleimani. So we will the terrorist, we will try to get him on the show. So there you go. So Studio B, we're kicking it up, getting things rolling so we can have like every day, have interviews every day of different candidates going on. All right, so let me say this. Let me just say a couple things that I believe. I do not believe the Democrats want witnesses. Now, respectfully, okay, I do not believe they want witnesses. Let's go to number 39. Now, here's Chuck Schumer. Considering it's MLK Day, I'm going to try to be a tad nicer. Okay, just a tad nicer. I'm going to try to love my fellow man. Oh, that was tough. But parties at odds over additional witnesses, documents, and timing. All right. Now, the House could have taken more time and sorted through Parnas's emails, text messages. They could have taken more time and got Bolton in, okay? So they have put their case together. Now, as just very quickly, this is not a criminal trial, but let me just say this. After you have put your articles together, okay, the grand jury, or you have found and voted that, these are the articles and put together, when you go to the appeals court, which I'm not going to call the Senate the appeals court, they can only hear, they can't hear new evidence. So on one day, the Democrats want to parallel this with a court case, and then the other day, they want to remind you it's not a court case, okay? And for all of the stuff they're talking about, anybody's going to write a headline. They're all writing headlines right now to get you to click. Chief Justice Roberts is not there to make decisions, only to facilitate. He's like the chair of the board, okay? Next on the agenda, and that's it. Just to facilitate the trial, not to make decisions, okay? So you don't run up to a judge like a judge and say, hey, I want to know if we can hear this, and I want to know if we can hear this, and the judge decides with two attorneys up on the bench, okay, on whether they can present this evidence or not, all right? You're not going to hear them run to the front of the court. Now, this is the way the hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media would lead you to believe that this is going to happen. Roberts is not there to hear, okay? He is not going to pull the attorneys. He is not going to say, I need to see you in my chambers. None of the above. He is not going to call them forward and have the Democrats say, well, they're presenting evidence right now and we didn't get a chance to see the... you'll see some things, but you're not going to see him make any, and he should not be making any determinations. So I do not think, you should not have extra witnesses. I don't care, all right? Second, I do not believe the Democrats want witnesses because they don't want to see what happens if they call them. So I think they're out there yelling so loud because you got to remember, cover up, cover up, cover up, right? So I think they're yelling so loud to get witnesses. I don't think they really want them. It's my opinion. I don't think Democrats really want witnesses. Now, if they get the witnesses, will the Republicans have the nerve to call the witnesses? I'm going to say it. Obviously, the congressman's not, and I can understand why. But are they going to call Eric Charmella? Are they going to call the guy that's friends with Eric Charmella in Schiff's office? Are they going to call Adam Schiff? Are they going to call Hunter Biden? I mean, the list goes on. They don't want to. Okay. Now, the President of the United States and his defense team are going to argue, one, this is, a dog and pony show. They may not say that quote, but they're going to say that this could really hurt the executive branch. And I don't mean to uphold the executive branch, but this could be bad for future presidents. So anyhow, that being said, I do not think they want witnesses. I do not. They are yelling witnesses. And if they don't get the witnesses, then they can go to the podium and yell cover up. Their goal is to move from witnesses to a cover up. That's it. And what is next? That's what I asked. What is next? And move to what's next. More articles of impeachment, more investigation. They can't stop. And I'm going to tell you why I want to go there, because this is the only hope they have. This is it, folks. Only hope they have. Now, I don't have a picture, but the president invited the LSU Tigers to the White House last week. And what did he say? Hey, we got the lowest unemployment. He's doing his, I don't get any respect. I guess, what's his name? My favorite. I don't get any respect. Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, lowest unemployment ever. Hey, lowest this, lowest that. Hey, and what do they do? How do they say thank you? Impeach the son of a bitch. Right? No respect. I think you ought to break out his no respect. Seriously, right? And the LSU team laugh, okay? And they are so upset. Let me tell you something. This is all Democrats have. It's it. It's it, all they have. They have to go from this to the next investigation. They have to hopefully get you to believe that he's so bad you can't take the chance again. They do not have a candidate. So corruption, all right, let me go over this, okay, because I'm going to tell you something. First of all, LSU goes, now I don't care about NFL. Number 40. I guess, the Super Bowl is in. I guess the Chiefs are going to play the 49ers. All right. Good for them. All right. I have not watched an NFL football game all year, not even highlights. I don't even know who their quarterbacks are. Seriously, I don't. I have no idea. I am more interested in politics, studying, running my business, all the above. I have no interest in the NFL. Now, the media will love in a couple weeks when there's a Super Bowl, 2 weeks, and they will love to highlight these players. And they will hope, like anything, 2 or 3 will kneel, okay? And they will hope that something happens. Somebody drops a flag on the ground. They will hope that. And then they will hope whoever the winner is, they will start coming out even the night of the win of the Super Bowl and say, I'm not going to the White House. Damn that Trump. Damn that Trump. So obviously some African-American players will have to help carry the water of misinformation to the African-American community and not show up, right? I don't care. But the LSU Tigers, Ed Ortegon, whatever his name is, he was there, they were smiling, and nobody protested. He said a couple stayed back for training, okay? I leave it at that. But they were happy. They enjoyed it. The media doesn't know what to do, folks, because these guys liked it. Let me tell you another thing, right? How about this? We're going to get to this because there's a reason I want to bring this up. This is all they have. Now, this lady's on CNN this morning, number 34. All right? Trump talks impeachment at Texas rally. Strong support as he calls Democrat radical left lunatics. They don't know what to do. This lady is reporting this. I wish you could have seen this live. She's reporting this at 4:05 a.m. this morning. I wish her ass was up and out of bed and listening. Because they report it. You got to listen. They report it like, I tried. I tried to go everywhere and get farmers to badmouth Trump in this meeting. It was the AFBF annual convention. It was the farm in Texas, farm trade show Trump spoke at. And this lady's like, I tried. You don't understand. I tried to do everything I can. All right. Number 35. Trump talks impeachment at Texas rally. Strong support as he calls Democrats radical left lunatics. CNN is like, you should see the blank stares on their face. We don't understand this. We bring this to you because no way can we figure out the tariffs and what the Chinese and the trade and the USMCA, no way we can figure out why at the Farm Bureau Future of Agriculture annual meeting, we couldn't find anybody that hated Trump. They couldn't do it. Reporting in, we tried. Now, I want to go here. We'll go to the president's defense team in a minute. But I want to explain and go into detail. It's over and over. LSU, okay? The players went there. They don't hate the president, okay? He goes to different groups. They don't hate the president. Farm groups, why they should be able to find one after another farmers to say, we hate this guy, but they can't find the guys that hate the president. They are trying to discredit in every way whatsoever. So I want to go here for a reason. I want you to pay attention to something. Number one, Sherwin Hughes. Now, Sherwin Hughes is not a Republican, and you're going to find out he's not a Republican, and he tells you he's the executive director, Leaders for the Better Community, Inc. So When I watch the morning shows on Sunday, and I'm going to get to the point, you're going to want to stay with me on this. When I watch the morning shows on Sunday, and everybody wants to come up on Monday and say, did you hear what Adam Schiff said? Yeah, I've been hearing it for 3 damn years. What the hell? I mean, he's a liar. He's a crooked. He's no good. He's a piece of garbage. What do you want? What do you want me to hear? Did you hear what Jerry Nadler said? The president is a daily criminal. There's a crime being committed daily, right? Now, yeah, what do you want me to hear? So if you want me to roll out the Jerry Nadler, and I'm going to say this, I don't want you to turn me off, but if you're going to roll out the Jerry Nadler and the Adam Schiff, and did you hear what this one said and that one said? This is the wrong show. I try to drill down on the actual things that's happening on the ground when I can pick something up that I don't think anybody else picks up and run with it. So Chuck Todd, NBC, is doing this county by county, 2020. They are going into counties that they feel are going to be key, all right? And they are sitting down with groups of voters. And this past Sunday, they went to Milwaukee County, Wisconsin. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, okay? Where do I get that? I'm sorry. Let me go generational, okay? Richie Cunningham, Happy Days. They were trying to fool the girls at the cabin and said, we're from Milwaukee. I know, that was dumb, right? I didn't have to insert that. But anyhow, back to you. So they're in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 20 by 20. They got a group of black voters together, all right? And this guy is a Biden supporter, and I love when I feel the truth comes out. See, the truth doesn't come out when you're watching these damn networks and you got the round table of panelists. The truth doesn't come out. The truth doesn't come out. Now stay with me, damn it. The truth doesn't come out when, Chuck Todd's on. The truth doesn't come out when Elizabeth Warren's on. The truth doesn't come out when Jerry Nadler's on one of the shows or Adam Schiff. There's no truth to come out. I live for watching the truth to come out. So let's play this clip. This is from Sunday, Meet the Press, okay? And let's go to the 5:11, and I'll tell you when to stop, okay? The first one. Let's go to here. Pay attention to this guy, Sherwin Hughes. Go.
Yet. I think I see something.
Go ahead, yeah, please.
I think I see something different. Instead of waiting for a candidate to speak to our issues, we need a candidate that's going to listen to us when we speak, because we actually are living the life and we see the disparities. And a candidate that's going to take black voices as credible ones and take what we say when they come to our cities and they do their rallies, are they going to take what we are saying, we've been saying for generations, and put that into policy instead of waiting for someone to just echo what we already know? I guess that's what I'm waiting for. The thing about Biden, who is the candidate that I'm more likely to support, is he angers the progressives. In fact, I'm so nervous that if Biden becomes a nominee, which it appears he will be, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to stay home. And everybody says, vote blue no matter who. No, they're not. They're not going to.
I mean, the trepidation is that people are fearful of what's going to happen, but what I've been hearing is that people will change this time and get behind the nominee no matter what, the Democrat nominee. That's the key. And so we've been pushing from the angle that please just vote. We can fix things later, we can talk to them, but get behind the nominee right now.
Look, President Trump says he has.
All right, now before we start, we're going to start at that next point. Get it ready. So put up number 1 again, all right? So Sherwin, we learned he's a Biden supporter, right? Now a lot of people, first of all, he's a Biden supporter. Do African Americans support Joe Biden? Okay. He is saying that if Biden is not the nominee, is the nominee, a lot of people won't come out. Listen close what he's saying. And then the other lady goes into defending that real quick. No. Everybody has to coalesce behind the candidate. Sherwin says he all see it coming. There's such a divide. He does not see people rushing to the poll to vote for Joe Biden if he's the nominee, just to say we need to support the nominee. He doesn't see it, okay? Now, what we found out is Sherwin is a Democrat. All right, seems like a really nice guy. Actually, somebody I'd love to sit down and talk to in detail, all right, in depth. But Sherwin's a very nice guy there, and the truth came out. Now, we have the question around America, because Democrats don't know what to do, that Trump is getting more support in the black community. On MLK Day, I want to do this today, and that's why I'm bringing this up, all right? So let's go to the second one, but listen close, because there's only one spot where this guy says, I don't think you're right. So go with this.
But get behind the nominee right now.
Look, President Trump says he has growing support among African American voters. You're here, you're in the community. What do you see? What do you hear? I mean,
he had 4 and now he has 5.
I think it's stronger than that. And I also hear a lot of folks talking about the economy. Look, I know it does not work for everybody, but somebody bought a house in the last 4 years. Somebody got a promotion in the last 4 years. Somebody got a raise in the last 4 years. And so if they attribute any economic success to this current president, I think that's troublesome from the Democratic nominee, because a strong economy is really, really tough to beat.
And for transparency's sake, and then...
What are they going to do, folks? They don't know what to do. That Sherwin, put his picture back up, number one, he hit it out of the park. The one guy said, well, you know, there's a lot of talk that Trump has more support in the black community, right? Guy said, yeah, he went from 4 to 5. Sherwin said, I think you're wrong. I think it's stronger than that. My brother, I mean, he gave a, you know, bro, my brother, I think it's stronger than that. Okay? I think it's stronger than that. You need to pay attention. You know, slow your roll, brother. That's what he should have said. Sherwood should have said, whoa, slow your roll. Slow your roll. I think it's stronger than that, my brother. Should have went Malcolm X. My brother, you think? All right, I know that's all wrong. But anyhow, the fact is this, okay? The guy said, you know, Trump is out there taunting, he's, you know, stronger in the black community. One guy's a real smart aleck and says, yeah, he went from 4 to 5. Sherwin said, I think it's stronger than that. I think it's stronger than that. Because, you know what? The economy, somebody bought a house in the last 4 years. Somebody bought a car in the last 4 years. Somebody got a job in the last 4 years. Somebody got a raise in the last 4 years. I'm telling you, the Republicans need to clip what Sherwin said. He is not a Trump supporter, and run with it, because that was the best layout. I do not think he was a setup. This is when the truth comes out. And that's what I search for on the morning shows. I watch them all. I work on Sunday because that's what I do for a living, all right? And I watch all of them. And I am up to, I've got to be honest, I'm wondering what I'm doing, because I'm up to when Nadler's on, I can't hear him anymore. I can't. I'd like to find out from Levin and Rush and Hannity and these. I can't hear him anymore. When Schiff is on, I can't hear him anymore. Hakeem Jeffries, I can't hear him anymore. I try. I have to rewind and go back. I really can't hear them anymore. But I listen to everything throughout the week to find the truth. The truth came out here. And Sherwin said it, and I wanted to clip that immediately. Now, what about Margaret Brennan and Gary Cohen, the first economic director, Trump's economic director, that said on Sunday he is a Democrat, and she begged him to pick a candidate from the Democrat field to announce that he was going to vote for. And begged him. Margaret Brennan begged Cohen to do that. And then Cohen said, I haven't found a reason not to vote for the president. That's smacked. They get smacked on every level. The farmers. Please tell us the tariffs have devastated you and you want to come to our camera and cuss and fuss and talk crap about the president. Crickets. Crickets. So the lady goes on air. Let's go back to that one for a minute. You should have watched this morning, the presentation by this info babe or whatever she is, news babe or whatever Rush calls them. What number was that? The Farm Bureau one. I lost the track of that one. Where the hell is yeah, number 34, right? This morning, she's on there reporting. I can't figure it out. I can't find them to come to the camera. Do you not think if CNN had breaking news from the National Farmers Association annual meeting where Trump's, if they'd have just could find 2 or 3 to come badmouth, this lady's like, I tried. Sherwin said, it's probably stronger than that, right? LSU, we tried. We can't get anybody to cuss the guy out. They're trying everywhere. But I will tell you, and we're going to go into it, number 29, or number 39. Only hope they have is to keep the investigations and keep the news cycle that Trump is just somebody you can't trust to give another 4 years. Not our candidate. Come back. Why did Nancy Pelosi hold the articles of impeachment? Why? For so long. Why is she being touted as a genius on some circles for holding them long enough to hopefully get, witnesses? We'll talk about that when we come back. And the Dream Team, starring, it's like an Oscar role. We have a supporting cast. We have a leading lady. And we even have an honorary member of the President's Dream Team when we come back. Take us to break.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV during the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, let me just say this, okay? I understand I can't get wrapped up in the president's defense team right now. It's disgusting how it's interesting that they are discrediting the president's defense team and actually taking Alan Dershowitz and Ken Starr and trying to discredit them as attorneys because they once represented Epstein. Now, I do not like that anybody represented Epstein in any way whatsoever, but whether you like it or not, there has to be the attorney that will take the case, okay, for one reason or another, because here's the thing. Everybody in the country, regardless of who you are, deserves a defense. That's what it's built on. That's what the country is built on, is our defense. Wait a minute. I have to answer this. So our having a defense attorney, so they're trying to discredit, and all of a sudden the media is interested in Epstein and interested that he's a pedophile and interested that. But if you notice in the reporting, remember, keep an eye on certain things. In the reporting, they report Trump, Dershowitz, Kenestar, Epstein, and what else? Oh, they leave out Bill Clinton. They leave out Bill Clinton and some of his pedophile friends, okay? That being said, we don't have time for that. So let me just say this. It is sad that our country is a televised, okay, the ceremony. So let me just see this. Okay, January 13th. What was January 13th? I'm just looking at the calendar. That was a Monday, right? So we all had national championship football on our brain, right? Monday, national championship football, Monday night. What was Tuesday? January 14th, the CNN debate. What was last week? Sweeps week? Was it sweeps week? So on Tuesday was the debate, national debate, and do we have a picture of the six or that were on the stage, number 3? Okay. So Monday was national championship, January 13th. Tuesday was the CNN debate, and Wednesday, is that right? The 15th, the articles were moved over to the Senate. Is that correct? Or voted on and moved over? Was it sweeps week? Now, it's disgusting. There's been the jokes. Put the pens up. I want to come back to this one. Don't forget this one. Let's go to this. The actual pens, number 11, right? Number 11. Now let's go back to the 6. There's a joke that Nancy, the reason they held up the articles of impeachment moving over to the Senate was that they were waiting for Nancy's pens to come in, all right? Now, if CNN, which sold advertising, put this on the schedule in advance, here's what I think the open records should be. Here's what I think the open records should be. Is the communication between CNN and Nancy Pelosi's office or somebody on the date of this debate. I want the documents where the day they finally finished the articles of impeachment and everybody came out screaming, when will Nancy take them over? Well, she should have took them over. She should have had the pens ordered. She should have had the rope line ready. She should have taken them over within hours. Remember that? The whole time, CNN picks up the phone. This is just my, I'm just saying what I think. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? We have sold advertising. You realize that? We are the last debate before the Iowa caucuses. We're bleeding over here. We have carried your water for years. We look like garbage. There's nothing about us creditable anymore. You can't take this away. Do you realize if you carry those articles of impeachment over before January 14th or 15th, whatever it is, the top 3 on the screen will not be able to participate? Do you get it? I don't know how you're going to explain to the American people it's not political impeachment to hold the articles up to make sure the 3 on the top of the screen are at the debate, but you need to somehow, damn it, because we've sold advertising, we've carried your water, we've done everything. You can't screw us on this one. Don't screw the pooch. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. I think we should see just how much pressure I know you think I've lost. Damn, it's 9:20. We knew he was going to lose his damn mind. We didn't know what day it would be. 9:20 on Monday morning, 2020. Always be a way to remember it. Folks, do you realize the top 3 candidates would not have been there? Now, it was sweeps week, jokes aside. But on January 13th, do you realize 3 weeks ago when she carried the articles over, and if 3 weeks ago, if Christmas, that right before Christmas when the articles were passed, if she would have prepped them and 3 days later sent them over, and McConnell would have took a Christmas break maybe, and then come back, and then January 1st or 2nd. What if the trial would have started before? You can't take that chance, can you? Just say it. CNN. Advertisers, I know you spent big money because you wanted to see if, excuse me. How about, I'm sorry, can't help it. I know you spent big money and you bought commercial time because you wanted to see if Warren would slap Bernie. I know you bought commercial time because you're wondering if Klobuchar will, say Biden's an old guy. And Steyer may just actually say something. I know you bought airtime. I'm telling you now, CNN and the hot mic, 2 days, okay. 2 days before this debate or whatever, the supposedly Warren floats out that Bernie said a woman cannot get elected. First of all, this is tough for me, but if I have to choose who the liar is, I'll stay with the one I publicly know. Look at the American people. How did she go across the stage and look at Bernie and say, did you just call me a liar on national TV? Bernie just said, yes, I did. I did call you a liar. You're nothing but a liar. I should have just said that. But I asked you, let's not do this now. But you made a big thing out of it. Yeah, you lied. The conversation was taken out of context. I don't know what happened. Maybe Bernie said, Elizabeth, I'm, coming off the heels of Hillary. I don't know if it's the best time for a woman. Whatever. But he didn't say a woman could not win. So she throws a Hail Mary pass. CNN loves it. And what happens? They get a hot mic, and then they get airtime the day after. CNN had everything sold. Let me just say this, okay? Don't take this wrong. We're going to move on because I know you think I've lost my mind on this one. Do you realize the advance team that had to go to Iowa? Do you understand? I don't know totally. I've done some small productions, and I know how long it takes me to set up, and I don't have the fanciest equipment, but at the same time, you got to set up X amount of podiums. You got to do lighting tests 5 and 6 times. I mean, a little network like us, our lighting's always screwed up, but these big guys, you got to have the lighting, because if the lights are not actually on the candidate the same way it's on the other candidate, it looks like they favored them. They got to do mic tests. They got to do everything. This is a major production. There's meeting after meeting after meeting. If Nancy Pelosi walks the articles of impeachment over a week before just 1 week before. And Mitch McConnell accepts them. And Mitch McConnell swears them in. The top 3 would not have been on the stage. Oh, it's not political. No. CNN's not in the bag. MSNBC's not in the bag. Why, we all wondered, absolutely all wondered why CNN, why Nancy Pelosi held those articles up. Just keep in mind, January 13th was Monday Night National Championship. January 14th was Tuesday, the night of the CNN debate, the top 3. And January 15th, articles moved over to the Senate. Hell, you say. Because guess what? The top 3, okay, number 2, okay, they're in Washington, D.C. They are jurors now, impartial, took an oath to be impartial. They've been calling the president a piece of SH *** for how many days. Now they're impartial jurors. They went from this to this just that fast. I promise. And it's not political, but they cannot do anything. They cannot bring their phones in. They can't be texting a friend. They can't be standing up and giving major speeches on the floor how they're saving the democracy. It's not going to happen in McConnell's impeachment trial here, and they are off the campaign road, and it leaves it wide open for, let's go back to number 3 here, leaves it wide open for Biden, Buttigieg, the boy that would be king, and Tom's half Jewish. He is. Go look it up on Google. And why do people keep getting mad at me when I call him the half Jew? I mean, half and half. It's like cream and sugar, whatever the hell. Okay, I'll be nice today. So Tom, billionaire, I hate the president, and I got enough money just to say it, whether you care or not. Half Jew Steyer. I said it again, don't care if you like it. Lighten the Loafers Buttigieg. That's our new name for him. Lighten the Loafers. Sorry. And Joe, my son, the gas man, really has been bringing home the bacon here lately, and we've been getting extra portions of porridge because of Hunter's work with Burisma. And then, don't forget, number 4, as the president would call him, Little Mikey is out there. Now, he's spending the money. We're going to talk about that. It can't be 9:30 already. I got 2 more hours of material. But little Mikey Bloomberg is on the trail, and he's spending the money. You're on social media, you're on YouTube. Little Mikey's spending the money. And is number 5, this one was mine. I'll take this one, right? Number 5. Is Deval Patrick still in the race? I don't know. But let me tell you who is not campaigning right now. Number 2. They're not campaigning. And just one more time for the commercial break. One more time, because we got a lot to do. Because there's things happening in Virginia today. January 13th, Monday Night Football. January 14th, the CNN debate. 15th, the articles go over. If I was Nancy, I'd have left 4 or 5 days, just so it wasn't obvious why you waited to move the articles over to the Senate. Let's get the communication between the media and CNN, the media, and the Speaker of the House. Let's get that communication, because it's not political. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
All right, folks, I'm back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show, and it is MLK Day. Sorry about that, number 6, MLK Day. And there's nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about today. Everything is closed, so the only thing they can do is anticipate what will happen tomorrow. And Chuck Schumer come out and yell on MLK Day that he doesn't know what even to go on tomorrow. He doesn't even know how to plan his day because we can't get direction from Mitch McConnell's office. It's a holiday, sir, number 1. Number 2, the Republicans did not get any direction on what was going to happen in the House. So why do you expect this direction? So what is funny to me is they are trying to tear down the president's defense team. All right. Now, the president's defense team will be headed up by Pat Cisalone and Jay Sekulow. Is that his name? Let me see what I got here. Okay. And it's going to be a TV event to the point, and I thought I had a picture, but maybe I didn't. Okay, but it's going to be a TV event to the point that they are looking for and trying to knock the president's attorneys. And damn, I thought I had that. I really did. I must not have saved it. So anyhow, here, Jay Sekulow and Pat Cisalone will lead. They're the leading actors, okay? So they will play the role. And the reason I say this is because all morning long, this group of nobody pieces of garbage, let's put up number 17, all right? They're getting their graphics ready. Trump assembles a made-for-TV impeachment defense, okay? The impeachment of Donald Trump. Now this is, I wonder if there's going to be Oscars given out. I wonder if there's actually going to be nominations for a Golden Globe, okay? And this is the way they're talking, and here is, you've got Pat Cisalone and Jay Sekulow playing the leading role. And that's actually what they're saying. They will play the leading role. Really? This is impeachment of the President of the United States. Now, in a supporting cast, number 18, now the Oscar will be out of these four for supporting, okay? These will be your nominees next year for impeachment defense team, Trump's personal selections. Okay, Kenneth Starr, which we all know from Bill Clinton, Alan Dershowitz, Pam Bondi, former, is it Secretary of State of Florida, and Robert Ray. Here you go. These are your candidates for supporting actors. Then you go to number 19. These two here, I just had to put it up. These two disgusting people, all right? Number 20, they're showing you Ken Starr and Alan Dershowitz. And as you will get here next, okay, another one, number 21. Trump assembles a made-for-TV Alan Dershowitz. And here you go, the next one, number 22, Ken Starr. And let me get to where I want to be next. So then they float out number 28, Dershowitz, battle over Trump's impeachment with the claymation guy there. What's his name? I forget. Number 37, Democrats demand GOP release plans for trial. Trump lawyers impeachment, a brazen attempt to overturn the 2016 election. I had one, I knew I had one I wanted to show you this morning. May not be in there, but there was a couple that I didn't highlight. Let's go back to here, because what's taking place on number 20 is MSNBC is letting you know that these two played a role in Epstein's trial, okay? Jeffrey Epstein's. They took all morning, and they're going to take all day to discredit these attorneys. The role in the deep state media today is to discredit the attorneys, to do everything they can to come out in front and discredit these attorneys. No time will be put into discrediting Adam Schiff. No time will be put into discrediting the lies that were told over in the House by the Democrats. No time will be put in at all in the next 24 hours but to discredit Trump's legal team. And they're treating it, and they're treating it like a TV show. So these are the supporting cast right here, number 18. So Pat Cisalone is his name, I think it is. Jay Sekulow, they will lead. They will be up for a starring role. Listen to the way they talk. These four will be up for Best Supporting Actors, okay, this week. And then I guess Pam Bondi walks away because there's nobody else. she will get, like, is there such thing as leading lady? Was that sexist? Was that wrong? Was it? But I guess she's going to be the leading lady. I mean, there will be awards. They're going to be, it's like the Dundies, if you don't understand what I just said. All right, so there it is. It's going to be made for TV. As the congressman said, the first 2 days will be the best. Now, we understand Mitch McConnell is going to leave them up there, 2 12-hour days. You got 12. That's what we're hearing. I don't know. The news may have changed since we come on the air. But 2 12-hour days is what we're hearing is going to happen. And like the president said, there'll be, the congressman said there'll be a couple days of the best days that Democrats will have, let's put it that way, and then once these attorneys lay it out for the American people. So my question is, what's next? Keep this in mind. I don't think they want witnesses. There's a reason they keep yelling cover up. And as soon as this is done, they have no candidate, folks. They have no candidate. I've explained why I think Joe Biden may be the candidate based on Trump and this right here. But they have no candidate. You heard the guy himself, truth's coming out. Hey, man, if you got a house, job, raise, or something, the economy, I think it's a little stronger than what you're saying with the black community and voters in America. They can't get the farmers mad. They can't get anybody really mad at Trump other than the extreme, crazy-ass people. That's it. Extreme. See, even Democrats. I mean, Gary Cohen, I think he was the president's first economic director, and they parted company over the tariffs. And he said some things yesterday with Margaret Brennan on CBS Face the Nation. But she begged, you are a Democrat. Yes, I am. I'm a Democrat. Very clear. What Democrat on the field will you vote for? I'm not saying I will. What do you mean you're a Democrat? Right? He ended the interview with, I haven't found a reason yet not to vote for the president. Sherwin out there in Milwaukee County said, might be some reasons to vote for the guy. This is all they have. So look at cover up. And the very second this impeachment is over, they'll take like 72 hours so the beached whale, Jerry Nadler, can put his shorts on, his boxers, and go to the beach and lay on the sun like a beached whale for 3 days. And then he'll come back and start all over. Pencil neck geek, all the above. All right, let me do this. I gotta take. You know what else didn't happen on the Sunday shows? Watch this, okay? Pay attention, okay? And the reason I want to do this, remember when this guy, number 7, was the hero, right? And he was going to be president. Remember that? So it's just last week. We'll get to that in a minute. Remember when this lady raised her hand and told any lies she was asked to tell, number 8, right? The American people know that. You remember the other night when the Man of the Year, 2019 Man of the Year, Rachel Maddow, number 9, took a picture with the legalizing marijuana attorney, Parnas, and some baby picked up before he got, yeah, you're going up to 30 Rock? Yeah, get on the elevator with us. And Rachel, remember that? You remember he said, number 10, Parnas said, Barr had to have known. Remember Barr had to have known? Remember that? Let me say this. Remember this, number 14, just the other day? Late night, Rachel Maddow show, Parnas, Trump knew exactly what was going on. Remember that? It seems like that was just 3 days ago. You remember these two guys, Joe Geneva, number 15. What's his wife's name? I forget. Okay. Remember they were named last week. Remember that? Right? It was very quiet on the Sunday shows. They did not bring up Joe and his wife. Is it Virginia? I don't know. Anyhow, they did not bring him up. They did not go in deep on the morning shows with Robert Barr, the attorney. They did not go in very deep with Parnas. Parnas, they said with Parnas, the newfound evidence. But it was not, they didn't push it as hard as you would think. It wasn't the bombshell on Sunday that they made it out to be, right? Wasn't the bombshell. Interesting. and it's quiet down. Parnas is a liar. Go to number 14. This guy cannot tell the truth. He can't tell the same story twice. He can't tell the truth. He's trying to cut a deal. The Democrats will not call, in my opinion, they will not call this guy as a witness. Everything this guy has done and said has not come with this. Now, sadly, that's not doesn't have the meaning it used to, taking the oath and, being under oath. But remember, nothing has been said under oath with this guy. And what is the mustache doing? So when we come back, quick break, don't go anywhere, because you do not want to miss the president's dream team, the dream team attorneys. They are naming an honorary member. You don't want to miss that when we return. Right after this.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead. Kick off 2020 with huge savings at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, like a new 2020 Chevy Colorado, now discounted up to $6,300. Or get a new 2020 Equinox, now discounted up to $8,400. The selection is big, and the savings are huge on every car, truck, and SUV during the 2020 kickoff sale at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where new Chevys always cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We are North Georgia's online morning show. What a great show to kick off this Monday. We might have the 2020 party here at the office today, right? 1/20/2020. Threats of violence. Give me number 30. Guns save lives. Now, out in Texas, we realize guns save lives. Texas realized guns saves lives. But threats of violence. Threats of violence. So they are ahead of the game. They're going, it's a national emergency the governor has called. We are looking for white supremacists. We are looking for people that will show up. CNN, everybody is looking for them. Weapons banned at annual event. Governor declares state of emergency today. All right. And that's taking place. Let me see if I have I thought I had another one here that I wanted to show you on that. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Guns save lives, number 31. Threats of violence, weapons banned. Now in Virginia today, in Richmond, the governor thinks that Robert E. Lee is going to clippity-clop into town on his horse with his Confederate uniform and badge and his sword. He's going to draw his sword up and he's going to give the battle cry and hit charge, and all of the bearded, overweight, camouflage-wearing, gun-toting rednecks will run towards the Capitol, and then we'll realize they can't run anymore like they used to and fall down. But CNN will find 3 or 4 heavily tattooed swastikas, is that what it's called, on their neck to say, we're here because we're white supremacists. Now, all that being said is CNN and then all the media is set up to find somebody. And don't think for 1 minute Soros is not sending groups of people into the crowd to double as we're going to have to wait till tomorrow on this. And what I mean by that is be ready for what they try to attempt to tell you happens at this Second Amendment gun rally today. The media is not running any news on how many Virginia counties have declared themselves Second Amendment sanctuary counties. Okay, no news of it spilling over into Georgia, with one county already adopting it, another county putting it on the agenda. I think it was Stevens County. I don't know if it's complete. I think Habersham has done it. No news on that. No news how Virginia's counties, the majority of counties, have all passed a Second Amendment sanctuary county resolution. No news on it. Just in fear we may have another Charlottesville. So get ready. Will we have another Charlottesville according to the corrupt media? How will it be portrayed? How will they run it? And will the president be forced to make a statement? And oh my God, it's just begun, just in time. Well, this could be the very next thing, right after the impeachment. So we're not going to go too deep there, but we do want to do this, okay? What? All right, we'll close. Thank you very much. I don't have time, but I want to know this, okay? Look it up today. It came out this morning. I haven't had a lot of time. What's been out? Number 33, NSC official escorted from the White House grounds. NSC Senior Director for European and Russian Affairs placed on leave. Why was this guy escorted from the White House grounds? And these two here, he worked with them. Number 36, NSC official escorted from White House grounds. He worked with these two. Find out. That's going to be big. Why he was escorted from White House grounds. Now, I got 7 minutes. I haven't had a chance to go through it. I got 7 minutes to close up the show, okay? Last but not least, a couple things. I can't do the honorary. Now, number 12, we want to ask the governor of Georgia, okay, Bill Lee. This is the governor. I think his name is Bill Lee of Tennessee, who has said, I don't know if it's signed yet, that he will sign the faith-based adoption bill in Tennessee. The other day, number 13, Brian Kemp promised a faith-based adoption bill on a campaign trail, but the State of the State address that he did the other day, we're all excited about the fact, now I'm saying this facetiously, that, you know, the state of Georgia has already decided to raise taxes. Now, wait a minute here, okay? Again. And they're doing it under the guise of internet taxes that have not, you got Uber, you got internet taxes that are not being collected, and you got to find more revenue. So let me just say this. Your taxes went up if you go online and rent a cabin for the weekend in Blue Ridge, Ellijay, Gilmer, Union, Towns, Lumpkin. If you go online and you go to a cabin rental company in North Georgia and you rent a cabin, your taxes went up. Yes, they did. It's internet. You made the reservation on internet. They went up. Lot of controversy. It's being argued that they didn't raise taxes. I love when the government, okay. Here's where I usually split. And this is where I split with Charlie Paris. And I don't, the chairman of Gilmer County. Because if you ask me this year for $1, now, I'm sorry, but if you ask me this year for $1, and next year you ask me for $2 or $1.50, no matter how you phrase it, no matter how you send it to me, no matter what you say, I gave you $1 last year, I'm going to give you $1.50 this year. Politicians love to explain to me how they didn't raise my taxes. They love it. Okay. I gave you $1 last year. You're asking me for $1.50. That is more. Now, are you telling our kids in school, is that what Common Core math is? That if you go from $1 to $1.50, it's not more? You remember when you did the little thing more, less, greater in school, you had to put, right? So that's, to me, you raise my taxes. Now, if you rent a cabin last year and you paid $1 in a fee to rent the cabin at the end of the fee, and this year you pay $2, somebody has raised your taxes. So the argument is, we didn't raise your taxes. We just are taxing what is necessary that has fallen through the cracks. Nothing worse than a quarter falling in the damn grate of a sewer. Damn, there goes that cool quarter. So the government of Georgia is going to explain to you this year, as they give teachers another $2,000. Remember last year they got a $3,000 raise. They're going to get another $2,000. Interesting. They're going to cut the budget. The raise is what? $320 million. We're going to cut the budget $400 million, right? That's money. And then, oh, by the way, you're not getting a tax decrease. They're not cutting your taxes. They promised that. Now, they promised the teachers $5,000, okay? We're not anti-teacher. I always love when we say this and people attack us. Fine, attack me. I'm not anti-teacher, but we promised the teachers $5,000, and we're going to follow through with that. All right. How about that promise to the taxpayers out here, the people that actually have a job that pays that teacher's salary, the tax cut you promised us? We'll get back to you sooner or later. When? It's always later. And nothing like the change that is raked off the bedroom dresser. They're just getting what falls through the cracks. Holy mackerel. All right, so anyhow, didn't hear anything about illegal immigration, gangs. Yes, didn't hear anything about faith-based adoption. It's coming up on 10 o'clock. And here we go. This is the Dream Team's honorary member of the President Trump's Dream Team is number 16. Johnny Cochran, right here, number 16. There he is, Johnny Cochran, O.J. Ray. And this is his famous "if the glove doesn't fit." So my understanding is once the Republicans get all done with shucking and jiving, they're going to bring in Johnny, a hologram or something, right? And he's going to look at the American people and he's going to say, if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen in the last picture of the day. And the last picture of the day. Thank you. I want to say, that's lights in the background. I will bring that in. I want to tell you, I went to the Lumpkin County Chamber of Commerce dinner Friday night. Absolutely loved it. They had a silent auction. Yes, that is the Rat Pack. That is all of them, baby. Those are cards from the Sands, chips from the Sands, and the autograph of the Rat Pack. That will be on the wall. I know, Rick. I'm going to say, I know. You thought it would be your picture, and it's coming. We'll get you, we'll get you a cameo up there somewhere. But your photog, please send your photog, Rick, with your Cubs hat on. Anyhow, that will be on the wall of Studio B soon. I told you. That's going to, I saw, man, as soon as I laid eyes on that Friday night, I got to take that home for Studio B. I'm your host, BKP. I'll be back in the morning whether you like it or not, damn it. Take us out of here.